after the third CFR. Well, so what that is actually a curve. So whenever you get to like a curve and there's a straight part where you can see for a ways, it's
okay.
it's
That's
after
a
that.
CFR.
That's a CFR.
That sounds like a Russell. All right.
Now what are we going to talk
We'll
about?
have to talk about that a little bit more. I guess going back, one of the things I had, and I think a lot of people, they do tend to ask, especially when it seems like when we talk to college people, like the history, because there's such rollover, there's new people all the time that may not be familiar. So I guess, can you guys go back and tell us about the beginning and what brought you here and what were you doing ahead of here?
I was working at a dealership about 5 years before I started full time. They came to me and asked me if I would teach a night class on fuel injection pumps. So I thought, sure, yeah, I'll try that. And I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed it. And then over the next 5 years, about every year I teach a night class for something. It might be for the ag production kids, but I taught a few night classes, did combines one summer, and I just really enjoyed it. And then this came up as an opening, and I thought, why not?
When were you doing that?
The first night class was in 1987. That's been a long time ago.
Was it here in this? Was this building here?
No, this building wasn't built. We moved in here in January of '93.
Okay, so the dedication down there on the wall of '93 when they
we moved
dropped
here.
it.
Part of my Christmas break, because I started here in the fall of '92. My Christmas break '92, '93 was moving stuff.
Gotcha. So where were you? You were teaching in the Ag Power program then?
I was in the Ag Power program. John Deere program didn't start till the fall of '93. And my first semester, we were in the very south end of the automotive building.
Oh,
The doors
didn't know that.
Well, that was built as the ag shop when I was a Lakeland student. My second year, we had our classes over there. My first year, we were out where Berkey Construction Equipment is now.
Okay.
Which was a much better place. Much better place.
It was a lot bigger.
Oh yeah, and then they moved us over here, and you had to really watch. Like 4,400 combine would fit in the shop. Anything bigger than that, you worked outside.
Isn't that funny to think about?
Oh,
4,400 would barely fit in.
Yeah.
4,400s will fit inside the grain tank of an X9.
Yeah, I know. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
But-
just watch some of the equipment jockeys. They'll try.
Yeah, no kidding. Right?
Yeah, they sure do.
That's right.
Stack these discs on end. But yeah, and it worked out well. I liked the night class. I enjoyed what I was doing, and just enjoyed that age group. That's how I got my start here.
So did you, the old Oliver of ours,
Mm-hmm.
did you, I was under the impression you did that here, but
Yeah,
you would have done
it was in this building.
It was in this building,
It was in
okay.
this building, yeah. Yeah, your old Oliver. I remember doing that with the Ag Power kids. We rebuilt the engine in it.
Still runs.
Good.
Like a sewing machine. That's the
good.
best, most reliable tractor I got.
Yeah, I actually remember doing that. One.
I'll be darned. Well, I didn't know a lot of that.
Yeah,
That's pretty neat.
I did the Ag Power program for 4 years, and then got a chance to work with him. And why wouldn't I?
Yeah, because Brad, if I have this right, Ken started, right, in
Ken started.
'93, and then
Yes.
you and Randy kind of came in together, and Ken went Pro-Tech, or?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah,
94, wasn't it, when you guys started spring of 94?
the first group started here in the fall of '93 with Ken,
Mm-hmm.
and Randy Warnstein and I started the same day in April of '94, and we took over in the summer of '94 as the instructors, and Ken went to Pro-Tech.
Gotcha.
I remember that.
Okay. How many students were there then? Do you remember?
15?
Yeah, I was going to say something between 15 and 20.
Yeah.
I don't know how many they started in the fall of '93, and I don't remember how many graduated in in the spring of, that would have been the spring of 95. It would have been
Yeah,
pretty
95.
So when did, and you came over to the John Deere tech side?
96.
In 96,
Fall of 96, I think.
Yeah, I believe that's right.
And you guys were sharing the building then, right?
Yes.
Just like it was when Russell and I came through, Ag Power and the
Ag
John
Power,
Deere Tech was sharing, and the back building was ProTech,
Yeah.
Yes.
which was fairly off limits to students most of the time. It's amazing to think that we did what we kind of do now with half the shop space
Yes.
and literally 1.5 classrooms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because we shared the classroom, shared an office, classroom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now, the classroom space alone, like it would just never.
Yeah, with our class sizes right now, it would never work.
Yeah.
I tried to cram 31 into my classroom the other day, and
It was hard to breathe. I stepped down there to ask you a question, open the door. I'm like, man, there's not enough oxygen down here.
it was rough. That was too much. That was an error on my part. An error. But yeah, like that. It's funny to think of. And we used to bring our own tools. And you had some guys like me that had that good old cheap Craftsman box, that starter box, but man, you had some other ones that had some behemoths.
Yeah, I had half a taco truck there.
That's much of the reason we decided to
That's-
supply
Yeah.
tools here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we were consuming so much shop space.
Yeah.
And that's when we had half the shop space.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, we just had this.
And just at the top shop, we didn't even have the lower shop. So we had
half of this shop.
we had a third of the shop space total that we have now.
Yeah.
We worked on much stuff outside. And
Yes,
Yeah.
we did. But we had the grass lot across
true.
the way that we parked all the equipment in before the GO and the building was over there.
Right.
It was a hike between this building and the student center that we now call the Luther Center. That was the old building that just had the auditorium,
Yeah, the little
and
cafeteria.
the cafeteria that was in there. And that was about it. Counseling, I think, was stuffed in there.
it was
Counting.
handy. That lot across the road was handy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I remember going out and testing grain platforms on a combine. We'd just go out and mow the grass.
Yeah.
Mow grass 20 feet at a time doesn't take very long.
No, I wouldn't think so.
So that parking lot across the road, if I remember right, that was put in whenever I was a student here. because
It wasn't here. My first year in that parking lot across the road was there my second year here.
Okay, that makes
It
sense.
was new my second year because we were parking
Yeah.
east and making the walk down the sidewalk.
I
here
remember
every
when I
morning.
first started, we had to park over there,
Yeah.
but then at some point before graduation,
Right.
this moved
Okay.
over here.
Okay.
And now our students can't hardly get into the parking lot over here if they don't get here soon enough.
Right. Right. and
Because
just
they've
by-
just added they've added so much stuff to this side of campus. Yeah, parking can get a little difficult over there.
Yeah.
So what were you guys doing ahead of coming to the Deere program? You talked a little bit earlier about service manager.
Service manager and technician at the dealership. I just did that for 19 and a half years. That's the dealership.
19 and a half years.
Yeah. I was a Lakeland grad of the Ag Power program.
Oh, were you really? I didn't know that either.
Back in 1974.
1974. Now, Brad, you came not from the Deere world.
I did not come from the Deere world.
You were an orange man, right?
Well, actually, we had every color of the rainbow because I worked for AGCO.
Yeah, that's true.
You had
That's
everything
true.
except
You had
John Deere.
everything but green, didn't you? Or
Pretty
that
much.
shade of green, anyway.
Right, yeah, we had our own shade of green. It was perfectly ugly, but anyway, yeah, I was a regional service manager for AGCO, and at times I covered all of Indiana, all of Illinois, half of Michigan, and I saw an opportunity. I was gone because my responsibilities were to help dealers troubleshoot. I had to help with warranty claims. I wrote tech manuals. I taught service schools. I'd spend a couple of weeks during the summer on combine harvest out west, working on combines. And you can only imagine that with my territory being that big, I was not at home very much. And I had 3 kids at home. So I just saw an advertisement in the newspaper for this program. I did the same thing Alan did. I went through a generic Ag Power program. I was in Champaign at Parkland. And I went to U of I and got a bachelor's degree in industrial ed. I did my student teaching at Urbana High School, and after that I swore I'd never teach.
Surely not.
It was an experience just exactly like you would think it would have been. Anyway, so I decided I wasn't going to teach, and then this came up. It's like, this is perfect.
Oh, I know.
This is post-secondary, and it's teaching the exact same thing that I've been doing,
Mm-hmm.
except that I can be home every night,
Yeah.
drive back and forth to work, and the rest is history. It was
Yeah.
it was amazing.
Always
It was
like
an
the
amazing
fact
job.
the students wanted to be here.
Yes.
You think back to your high school days, and even my ag shop classes then had a wonderful teacher, but half the students didn't want to be there. They were there because some guidance counselor said, "You do this, you're not smart enough to be in anything else. You go to
Right.
the shop class."
Right.
And it was very disruptive.
Absolutely.
And then you get here, and the students, most of them wanted to be here, and you can
Yes.
quickly weed out some of the others.
Yes. Oh, it was. This job was fantastic. It was perfect. It was perfect for fit with my background. I was doing a lot of what I did here in my other job. It was just so much more beneficial to be home every night.
Sure.
Yes.
And like Alan said, the students, I didn't have the same student experience that I had at Urbana High School, so it was a lot better.
What kind of student experience did you have here all the time, Brad?
Actually, it goes back to what you said. A lot of students had ag backgrounds. They were off the farm. They were taught how they were supposed to behave in an educational situation. I didn't get that so much at Urbana.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
I don't know what you said. I think that comes up a lot outside of here. I know people ask me, some second year in, like, well, how is it? I love it. Just like what Alan said, like the kids want to be here, right?
Yes. Yeah.
My wife teaches gen ed, and the kids don't always want to be there, and it's very reflective.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to come to work, and these kids are hungry for information that you're able to give them, and it's just for the short time I've been here, I share the same sentiment. I love being here.
Absolutely.
It's a nice fit.
And Lakeland, what I liked about Lakeland better than the other colleges where I attended was just moving this far south. It was a lot more conservative than those colleges.
Sure.
And I fit in better here than I did there. Now, I had a good experience at Parkland, don't get me wrong. It was a good program, and they had some fantastic instructors, and I really did. But when I came here, it felt more like me because I was a lot more conservative than the people in Champaign-Urbana, and that's what I got at Lakeland when I got here. And we had fantastic people that we worked with,
Yes.
the other faculty members,
Yeah.
other members of the staff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The maintenance people. We got along great with the maintenance
Absolutely.
people. And you had to. Yeah. They're just, everybody here was.
And with what you guys are saying, that bled into the students, and we've all talked to past students, and they love the experience with you guys. And I think that helps when you love what you're doing.
Yeah.
It spills out, right? And the experience for the students. Anytime, like, we're at farm shows and, we get to send trailer out places, and, oh yeah, I was back here in this. Oh, I remember when Alan did this or Brad did this, and it's a fun time.
I mean, it really is remarkable. I don't know if you guys have scrolled through that entire Facebook page that we were talking a little bit off camera here. Dr. Drake comes up quite a bit. That comes up a lot. But I mean, the memories that I have. I mean, one of the coolest memories that I have, it was Christmas break. I live 15 minutes from here, so I was close.
Right.
And I had a John Deere Spitfire snowmobile, and it didn't run. And your sons, Brad, like messing with the snowmobiles.
Yep.
And you're like, I'm grading papers. Just bring it over. We'll put it in the shop. We spent all day. I mean, we were here all the time. And yeah, we did a lot of extracurricular that we talked about earlier in this, but we hung out a lot here. I mean, it was we tinkered. We just we did stuff. We didn't want to leave. I mean, I remember sitting in the office. This is when, man, DealerPath had just kind of gotten online, right? That would have been
Probably.
03,
Yeah, probably.
01, 02. Isn't that when that kind of went online? And we started using the DealerPath website, and JDU was becoming a thing. I can remember me and Denny sitting in your office, Brad, and you're like, this certification test is on a time limit. I got to go run and do something. Can you guys just click through some of these for me, and let's get this taken care of? And then we did. And we didn't think anything about it. We just sat there, and because like I've had X amount of years in this, I teach it. Why do I need to be certified in something I'm already certified in to do? And those were it was fun. Like, it was enjoyable being here. And man, you can't talk to anybody that has touched this program since 1993 and not find those stories, just constantly.
Yeah. And you guys were talking earlier about you had a student that said he had to go get an oil change. That wasn't back then. It was like, hey, can we move stuff over and make a space? I'm gonna put my truck in and work on it.
Yeah.
And we do get that. And we tell the students all the time. I'm from day one. We're like, guys, if you want to work, as long as we're here, like, the shop is yours.
The tools in it,
want
everything.
because the knowledge you gain from messing with your own stuff
Absolutely.
is just.
And there's more investment when it's their own stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pay more attention.
And it's
definitely do.
fun to see,
And
right?
if they don't, they'll figure it out.
I mean, it's fun to sit back and watch them go, old guys. And just, you're going to learn one way or another, right?
Yep.
That might not be the easiest way to do that.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, we had that scenario just happen too, didn't we?
Yeah.
There's only one way to skin a cat, but sometimes it's.
We had some students learn a valuable lesson about U-joints in a drive shaft.
Yeah.
They learned. I bet they'll never forget it.
No, probably not.
The,
That had nothing to do with a class we were teaching. That was just them being here and gaining
and it
experience.
took the new Dr.
Yes.
Drake to
Yes.
just put his blessing on it to
Pun
get it
intended.
going.
Yeah.
But as long as they were doing it safely,
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
you had to monitor it enough to make sure
Yeah.
nobody was going to get hurt.
Right, right. Don't want anybody to get hurt, but sometimes whenever things get messed up, they do remember it a little bit better.
Absolutely.
Well,
But
some of the
that's
screw ups
the
are the best
atmosphere.
learning
It is.
opportunities.
It is.
And hopefully they do that here. Here it's safer for a screw up. I mean, as long as nobody's getting hurt, obviously.
Right.
But a screw up here, it's better because that is a learning opportunity, and this isn't lost time.
Right.
This isn't a dealership necessarily losing money. A customer's not losing out on something. It's a great learning. The mess ups happening here work out because they're great learning
And we
opportunities.
talk to the students all the time about that, right?
And don't hide it.
Yeah, don't hide it. Like, it can be a learning experience for everybody. And it's
Yeah.
okay. Like, this is a safe spot to have a little mess up, and we all talk about it.
Right. We've
Figure
all done
out the way. Oh yeah.
If you're not messing up a little, you're probably not doing very much.
Yeah,
Right.
you're probably not doing anything. The only people that don't make mistakes are the people that aren't doing anything.
Or the
That's
boss.
right. Or the boss.
Yeah. I always told the students things I did at a dealership that didn't end well.
Yep.
I'd tell them these things and say, what should I have done? It's just, I'll tell you this, then maybe you won't make this mistake.
We just had a
And they seem,
conversation yesterday.
they seem to appreciate that sometimes.
Yeah, and you can come up with all kinds of examples.
Oh yeah, it's not hard to
And
find.
they
things I've done
stay
wrong.
right
Yeah.
here,
Yep.
depending on how bad they were.
Yep.
The worse they were,
Yeah.
the more they stay.
Right. It just goes to prove how memorable that stuff
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
But the students do appreciate that, and I think it does put you more on like a humanized level
Yes.
too.
Yeah,
And-
they
and
know.
Yeah,
it's easier to
absolutely.
connect with, right? Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, I've messed up too, and then
Yeah.
stuff's gonna happen. We learn from it, but
Yeah, I always like the students to know that I was once one of them.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of that, do you remember whenever I used to do that seating chart of the room? Like where
Yes.
like where
Yeah.
students would sit? I still do that.
Still do that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it still true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I remember the A's came out of a certain chair in my room. If you sat right there at that chair, you typically got better grades.
Really.
Isn't it weird how that works out?
It is. Yeah. So
I mean, it's
like,
very, very consistently accurate.
Yes.
like from one year to the next, I might have to tweak it a little bit, but there's definitely an area of the room that's the best, and there's a seat that consistently has 4.0 students.
Yes.
There's some seats that are consistently the worst seats in the classroom.
Yes. Back
And-
row leaning up against the wall.
A lot of times, yeah.
Yep. Those were usually the.
Yeah. Now, okay, so something that we've done to change that a little bit is that we have chairs in the classrooms that have wheels on them,
Oh, okay.
and they can't lean back very far because they'll just fall over.
So you're
Okay.
sitting
So-
on them right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Yes.
So it has kind of changed how they lean in the
How
back
they
row.
approach the wall, yeah. That's
Yeah.
good.
The cleanliness of the wall has changed just slightly.
That's good.
It's not great, but it's
Yeah.
gotten a little better.
Yeah, I could tell you the people that sat front row right there with the aisle. I can remember some of the kids that sat there and the grades they got because they were the ones that everything you did, their eyes would just follow you. But you could just see it in their face. We had a young man from Newton once in the program, and you could see it in his eyes when something would click. And that was always so good because I thought, well, if he understands it, some of the others do too. Like you could just watch him.
I'll share the experience.
What
that
you
had
watch Jake
earlier.
and just see.
My first semester teaching here, I had a student like that. Just like his eyes, I'm like, man, this is uncomfortable feeling.
Oh, I
like,
know.
I do not like this a bit.
Yes,
And then I learned it's like, well, he's just absorbing.
yes, and you
Right.
probably noticed when it clicked with him.
Yes. Yeah.
You could
And
tell.
then after that, it's like, okay, this is as an instructor, this is a good feeling to have.
Yeah.
Are you talking about the one I always told to blink?
I don't remember if it was that one or not.
Okay.
Because we have other students that stare, and I don't know if they're staring
For
off into
different
space.
reasons.
Yeah,
It's kind of a hey, stick with me, but yeah, it's I enjoy that feeling. Oh,
I do too.
They got it.
Yeah,
They got
yes, yeah. You could see it in their face.
it. Yep.
Yeah, well, okay, this one's getting it, and sometimes the best teacher was another student in the room. Somebody would ask a question, and I've had some students that would chime in and say they'd change a word or two from what I used, but then the other students would, okay.
Absolutely.
And probably one of my favorite things out here, and this is for advanced electrical class, is when I get the you dirty whatever 4-letter word they want to use because they figured out
Figured out
what
your
I've
problem.
done.
Yes.
And it clicked because they had been working on
Yeah.
it very diligently, and then they finally got it.
Mm-hmm.
And as mad as they are in that moment,
Yeah.
I had one last year that messaged me shortly after that class,
Yeah.
and he's like, "I never thought I would have used that ever in my life. I was so mad whenever you had me do that." And it was 2 weeks into his last SOE. He goes,
Yeah.
"I used it."
Was it something with the ground circuit?
No, it's actually a pinchometer.
Oh, okay. It
Yeah.
seems like the ground circuits. They're
They
like, oh,
cuss the
that's
ground
not-
circuits so
Well, you had
much.
another one too. It was an armrest controller,
Never go back.
and it was
Oh,
the
no.
ground. It was the
Yes.
cab ground
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I love a
They
good
always
cab
affect
ground
everybody.
lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to put that out there for everybody to hear, but how often the students forget we can have power, but if there's no ground source, we're not going anywhere.
That was my favorite class to teach, was that advanced electrical.
I agree.
That was absolutely the best class I did.
Alan, do you remember that 7R we had that year that had the bad cab ground
I sure do.
where the horn would honk?
Yes.
Yep,
So-
I do.
I will never forget that.
Yeah.
So whenever you did something in the cab, the more current, like the higher current the function was, the louder the horn would honk.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it was a good one.
And the ground, I still remember the ground, the bolt, when they found it, the bolt was tight. But when they made the wiring harness, they applied a wax coating to the terminals so they wouldn't corrode.
Oh.
And even tightening the bolt up did not chew that wax off. We took that off, sanded it off nice and smooth, tightened the bolt up. And then a few weeks after that, there's a DTAC solution for that.
Really, and I remember a student at the same time
Yeah.
in northern Indiana having that on one.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
was a neat problem.
Yeah.
Actually duplicated that a time or two then after that.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, the ground of the CAN bus. Remember that?
Did that give a code?
No.
I don't think
No
it
code?
did. Not that I remember.
No. Their controllers couldn't work well enough to do that.
They just didn't know what to do because,
No.
like,
Oh, yeah.
the radio would come on and stay on, I believe.
Yeah.
and
Turn the
just,
key off and the radio might stay on.
It just miscellaneous stuff just didn't make any sense.
Yeah. That tractor had a life of its own.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it was the most simple thing.
Yeah.
That was fun. That was a good one.
You know, Brent, you asked earlier about students that had done something that you remembered, and then you were talking about students making mistakes.
Mhm.
When I was teaching the turf class, we were starting to go out and work on their particular, I'd break them up into groups, and you do all of this. This is your unit.
Yep.
You do all of this stuff to it, and then when we get done, we'll test it. And I told one group, I said, these $400 hoods on these lawn tractors are very fragile. Take them off before you do anything else.
We literally just had the same conversation in turf class, like the exact same one.
And I remember a student didn't do it, and he tried to crawl over the thing or something. I don't know, he ran into it while he was working around it and broke the hood. I don't remember what model it was, but it was a lawn tractor. You know exactly which ones I'm talking about.
Oh, the front LXs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, they were
Brittle and junk.
Brittle.
Right from the get-go.
they were cheap but not inexpensive.
No, that's exactly right. That's what they were. Well, before I started working here, I was bringing my mowers in. Previous instructor to me, and I come back to pick my mower up from them working on it, giant hole in the hood. No, you didn't bring it in this way? No, I didn't have a giant hole in the hood. We broke a hood last year. Kid jerked on the center of it. That's one of the first things in the lab assignment is do not pull in the center. It's too cold. They're too brittle. Do not pull in the center of the hoods. And yeah, we bought a new hood last year. Yeah.
I remember we scratched a couple on the 8Rs. I did one of them once. I was folding it back down and it got stuck. And those were expensive to get painted.
Yeah, we had one. Yeah, we had one once where the exhaust pipe rubbed on the side of the hood or something too. I believe.
Yeah.
We had to get painted.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the ribs on the exhaust pipe.
Oh, okay.
It apparently ran a little bit with that touching the side.
Yeah, that was expensive. Yeah, you had, one of the things you had on your list, I don't know if you guys have noticed, when I started up until probably like 2010, 2012, I enjoyed in the mornings when the kids would come in, I'd always leave my office door open just a little bit to listen to them talk. I mean, some of it probably wasn't fit for their mothers to hear, but a lot
changed.
Yeah, a lot of
That's not changed.
No, it's changed. No. But the bantering back and forth, I enjoyed that. But then, as later years, these silly smartphones came on, and it was quiet. I really missed that. I thought, you guys are missing so much. You've got your nose. They'd sit down, and I'd ask them once in a while, instead of texting that person over there, why don't you talk to them? But that I really noticed that change. I don't know if that's still true or not.
No, they
I feel like the later years
depends on
here
the
have
students.
changed.
I'm
I
hoping
think
that
we've talked
I'm
about
hoping
this
that's
like
gotten
off
back to
cameras.
where it was.
I
And it comes and goes. Like there's some
Yeah.
times where
Well,
it
yeah,
is
probably
very
different-
quiet and they're all on their
groups.
phones, but then there's other times where you're just like, geez, guys, let's let's tone this
Yeah.
down a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, this was like they'd get here 4 till 8 in the morning, and it was fun to listen to their bantering. I really enjoyed that because you could tell they were making.
Would you
friends.
kiss your mother with that mouth?
Well,
Yeah.
but you know,
I said that once, and a student said, "My mama taught me how to talk like this."
you know what's funny about that conversation? I bet there's a lot of students, if they would happen to listen to this, they would be surprised to hear you say that.
Yeah, yeah. I would actually comment on that once in a while. Why don't you guys talk to each other? Yeah, you've got all the other time to look at your phone. Talk to each other.
I think that's another thing from like I said, my wife teaches gen ed, and she
Yeah.
said it is completely silent. Like guys talk to each other. But I feel like over
We
here,
don't have that problem.
Yeah,
I'm constantly
here
telling them
it's,
to be quiet. I'll go with I tell them to be quiet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's the cohort part of it, right? Like these guys are in class every day, and then they go home to their apartments and they're together, and it's just I call it more family feel.
Well,
Like,
they've
they're
gotten to know
comfortable
each
with
other very well.
Yes.
Well, we talk about this at New Storm, like when we bring new students in and we're talking with them and their parents, or it's the first day. Like it's actually the first day. The first 2 weeks are great because they don't know each other yet, and they're so timid, and it's so quiet and peaceful. It's actually quite nice. But we tell them like you guys are going to know each other and the people in this class better than you ever cared to know anybody.
Yeah.
Like there's not, and we tell them all, there's no secrets in this program. Like if you trust me, no matter how much you want to keep something a secret, there's no secrets in this program.
It's
It
not
will
gonna work.
always get out, and they don't believe you at first, and then they quickly learn that they're like, I can't believe you know that. And I'm telling you guys, there's nothing a secret. And of
There's
course, sometimes
cameras all over the place.
well,
Like, you're not gonna do something
and
stupid
they all
like
like
that.
ribbon each other so much, they'll just tell on somebody else.
Yeah.
I mean, they enjoy it.
Do they still all take public speaking together?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, and they always say, I don't want to take public speaking. And I can remember telling them, enjoy it. What you're going to do is, while he's giving his speech, you're going to be sitting there laughing at him.
Yep.
Enjoy the class. And then after they've been in that class for a week or two, they'd be down here talking about, did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
And it was a fun class. They enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's been a little while, but we've had them redo their speeches for us. You know, if there was a lot of comments about it,
Yeah.
we'd have them do their speeches again for us because then we can all see it. So.
Yeah, and like when I love, we had Celisa, and Celisa understood us.
Oh, she was.
She understood our program, what we're going into, and she tailored it to us.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just something else. Like, she made it interesting for us, and man, did we have some interesting, very, very interesting public speaking classes with Mrs. Hortenstein. So it was fun.
Yeah, I know some of the gen ed teachers would really enjoyed our students. They enjoyed the, like you said, the brotherhood they had with one another. And some of the teachers, I thought they were a little annoying, maybe a little over the top sometimes. But right.
Yeah. Well, we have to have the discussion anymore that, guys, you can develop a reputation on this campus. They know who the John Deere Tech students are.
Yes.
When you're wearing the dealer uniforms and the John Deere hats, guys, just remember there's cameras, there's people listening
Oh,
everywhere.
my favorite story. This just happened. A couple students were at a store here in Mattoon. My wife texted me. She's like, "Hey, I think a couple of your guys are here." I said, "I'll ask them, tomorrow." So next day came. I said, "Hey, a couple of you guys shopping across town at the store?" And they're like, "Yeah." "How did you know?" I said, "Oh, my wife and kids picked you up." "Well, how? We weren't wearing John Deere stuff." I said, "You guys just you can tell.
You have a look.
You have an aura
Yeah.
about you,
You're easy to pick out of a
So
crowd.
remember that when you're out in public, that there's eyes on you, and even when you're not supporting your John Deere stuff or whatever, it's like,
Yeah, I had to talk to some once about behaving up here at McDonald's. I was in there once, and one of the employees mentioned that we had a discussion about how to behave when you're out in public. We didn't take them on a field trip that year, remember that? You may remember that group too. I don't know if you're still here or not.
And, yeah, I don't remember that.
Not mentioning names yet.
It's amazing how groups they kind of get their own personality as a group.
Yes.
Not individuals, but as a group, they get their own personality. When I think about when we took that one group to the factory tours, and I don't think some of them had ever been to a hotel,
Yeah.
and some of them ended up in the pool,
Yes.
jeans,
Pliers on
pliers on their
Yes.
pliers on their belt,
Yes.
wallets in their pockets.
They just jumped in.
It's like they've never seen a swimming pool before.
That's how Russell gets in. What are you talking about?
Everybody gets in.
I can tell you,
Yes, I did.
I can tell you that person's name to this day.
Yes.
I can tell you exactly
Yes.
who that was.
Yes.
The factory trips have been fun. The ones that I've taken, I did get to go to the last one, but man, the factory trips are fun. Getting away with the students and just seeing them out. It's a pretty good time usually.
You still get to do them then?
Mhm.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah, went to Springfield, Missouri last year.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah.
That was a good trip.
Yeah, that's a good tour.
Yeah, it is.
And something else that I always enjoyed, and it was for the camaraderie and for information, was IDW, because you got to meet with all of the other instructors from North America,
Yeah.
and they always had, you always learn something from them as well as learning something from the classes, and that was another part that made this program, teaching this program, very positive experience.
Yes.
Was getting to know some of those people.
Yeah.
And I think I just read somewhere that Larry from, where was it, North Dakota?
Oh, Ashman?
Yeah, I think he just retired.
Did you really?
Yeah, he just retired recently.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how I picked that up somewhere. Was it on your Facebook page?
I don't think so. I don't think.
Where I picked that up.
It's kind of neat though that you say that because this it's kind of a niche market, right? I mean, it's,
Oh,
there's
absolutely.
not a lot.
No.
But we go out to IDW, there's
Yeah,
not a lot of
there's-
us.
well,
You know, I mean,
right.
and
Yeah,
hearing
50 of
things.
us or something.
So yeah, the stories that are similar,
Yeah.
but and
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if they're from Washington or
Right.
you know over on the East Coast. It's
Or
we can
Virginia.
all
Yeah, but Canada.
Yeah.
Right.
As long as it wasn't
Hey.
the Quebec, the French-speaking part of Canada. I struggled with them sometimes.
Yeah. Well, some of our students struggle with English. So.
Oh, yes.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So whenever we do that now, we're joined with the construction and forestry programs.
Oh,
We have
Yeah.
CNF instructors that do our instructor development with us.
Okay.
So I did learn something new a couple of years ago that I never heard before. It was what a CFR is.
what?
You're not familiar with a CFR, probably.
No, I'm not.
So, there's a gentleman that teaches at the school in Louisiana, and he worked on forestry equipment. And he went out on a service call once, and out in the timber somewhere, he could hear this thing running, but he was trying to find it, and so he asked for help. And this older guy gave him directions, and he said, "Turn after the third CFR." Well, so what that is actually a curve. So whenever you get to like a curve and there's a straight part where you can see for a ways, it's
Oh, okay.
it's
That's a
after that.
CFR.
That's a CFR.
That sounds like a Russellism. That's a Russellism.
That's funny.
I-
that will go in the book.
That's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, so I don't get to use that much, but I feel like whenever I
That's
have the
underused.
opportunity to,
That's a
I probably
term
should.
people should use more.
So-
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
third CFR.
The CFR. Yeah. So you guys don't have trees up there where you're at, so you don't have too many
No.
CFRs.
No.
But
We can see from a third piece.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, in Louisiana, that probably was a.
yeah, that was a thing. But yeah, it's interesting to meet people.
Yeah, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
That like that's just normal.
Yes.
For
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah, the guys from Mississippi. I don't remember now. There's a Jeremy, I think, from
Yes.
Mississippi.
Yes,
He's
Jeremy
still-
and Perk.
Yep.
Yes, Jeremy Perk. Yes, I always enjoyed talking to them.
Yes, I like talking to them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that leads us kind of what we were talking about, that Facebook group. You know how many times like we go into a dealership during SOE, that man, there's somebody, hey, have you seen Brad lately? Or, you know, has Alan been and stopped into the pro? Oh, yeah, he was in a couple weeks ago, you know, doing whatever. And it's, you can't go to any of these locations. I mean, there is literally, you go from Southern Illinois to the tip of Illinois, man, a lot of Indiana, a lot of Missouri. You walk into a dealership, it is hard not to find a graduate of this program.
Right.
And man, there's always a story. Like, do you still do this? Well, I remember when Brad used to do this, or you know, do you still talk about this? Man, Alan used to hang his hat on this. He do that forward and backwards and sideways, and I mean, you can't go to any of these dealerships without finding that. And we were talking about that Facebook group, and Russell, I think what we're up to
178.
And if you're listening to this and you are a graduate and you don't know what Facebook group we're talking about, please find us on Facebook and reach out. We'll get you added to it. But
Yep.
how great. We got 170 within like 2 weeks
Pretty quick.
of building that private group. And I think we'll still get more.
I think so too.
And it's any graduate. You don't have to still be in the field. You two are in it now.
Yeah.
And you were talking a little bit. What was the neatest part of seeing that for you guys?
Just seeing the ones, like you say, the ones that are at the dealerships. There's a lot of those, and then the others. Travis Heiser is working in a refinery down, probably the one down there at Wood River. You know, just seeing that how he's doing, how well he's doing, things like that. Just seeing their pictures. It's good to know that they're out there and they're productive. So,
Right.
and even if they're not working at a John Deere dealer, they're still using some of the things that they learned here, probably.
You know, I thought the same thing whenever people started commenting about what they were doing. I mean, quite a few at dealerships.
Yes.
But the ones that are not at dealerships have good jobs.
Yeah, they're construction.
Excellent
maybe,
job.
Maybe they're
Yes.
doing construction, working on construction equipment. I just saw one yesterday, Farmington, Missouri, and he's running an excavating company. He's got his own excavating company. But look at the talent, the things he picked up here that helps him on his job.
Sure.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I like reading about their personal
Yeah.
lives too.
Yeah.
You know, they're married, how many kids they
Yeah.
have.
Yeah, some of the pictures, it's interesting
Oh,
to me just to
it's
see
great.
the pictures
Just
of
catching up.
Yeah.
Well, what we've noticed lately, we've had 2 graduates of this program recently get the Distinguished Award from John Deere for being Technician of the Year.
I saw that, Tim at Monticello.
And then we had one,
Jordan Shoemaker.
Jordan Shoemaker, who was just
from
featured in our newsletter.
Okay.
He was featured, and I'm sure it doesn't stop there. Those are just the ones I can think of off the top of my head. And then you turn around and you look at graduates of this program that maybe they're not service technicians anymore, but they're a service manager. They're in product support. They're a
Yeah.
location manager.
Yeah.
And you see so much of that out of graduates of this program. It's
Oh,
hard
yeah.
to advertise that. Like, how do you get that out? Because I mean, that's where I think that this program has had tremendous success. Is what's been done here is being used all these years. I graduated in 2005. Yeah, I'm working here, but I used this for 17 years at a dealership. And I think hundreds more could say the same. Literally hundreds more
Yeah.
could say the same.
And we had several that ended up working for Deere and Company.
Yes.
Yeah.
David Bostic,
Yeah.
who's
Oh, yeah.
who's our lead
Exactly.
for Deere.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Adam's class.
Yeah. He was. Yeah.
That was a good group.
That was a darn good group.
Well,
Yeah.
don't tell. He's already big enough. He doesn't need a big head. I
He's-
hope he watches it.
he's a big
He doesn't
guy.
thump me when he sees it, because
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he could rip my arms off and beat me with them. But
Yeah.
he's a big boy.
Yeah.
But that kind of seeing that kind of progression out of your students is fantastic.
It is.
I mean, just seeing where they went and what they've done, because we've had others become instructors for Deere. We've had some go into testing with Deere.
Yeah.
You know, become area men or whatever. Like you know, Dave's manager of college partnerships. Is that what they still call it?
And the military
Veterans,
careers.
yes.
Yep, veteran careers, and then he's over at COG of John Deere Tech Schools.
Yeah, yeah, because he left here and went to the Marines.
Yeah. He gave me a picture of him and 2 of his friends in Iraq on a gator.
Yeah.
3 guys, 3 machine guns, and they had written in the dust USMC on the hood of the gator.
And he could probably tell them everything they needed to know about that gator.
He probably could. Yeah.
I'm sure he could.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
remember that picture.
Yeah, it is.
But it's great to see, and we've had so much variation in what people have done.
Yeah.
With going to completely other industries.
Yeah.
I think we had one that was working at a power plant down by Hillsboro.
Yeah.
I think.
so.
We have one at a power plant in Clinton.
Oh, we do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
the nuclear power plant.
Yes.
No?
Noah.
Okay.
Noah Johnson.
Yeah.
Really?
Security at the power plant.
I was talking about him yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't you work at Assumption?
Yes.
Yeah.
Same class as Matt
Yes. M. Clint
and
Albert.
Clint.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, and you know, to talk about Matt, we hope to have Matt here on the podcast. But I mean, look at him. He turned. I think that he would self-admit that he was not a stellar high school student. Got here, took it ultra serious.
Yes.
Very, very serious.
Yes. Made some good friends here, and they studied together.
Turned around, went to Carbondale, got him a 4-year degree, came back, worked at the dealership, came back here to teach, and now look, I mean, now he's running his own, you know,
Seems to be doing
repair
very
shop
well.
and enjoying his kids and the flexibility of that, and that's it started here.
Right.
You know, it's interesting to see students who didn't want to go, like they didn't like high school. They for sure didn't want to go to college. And then they come here and it's so different from what they expected it to be.
Yeah.
And whether or not they know it, they learn quite a bit. And then they take that and can have good success with it.
Yes.
And you
That's good
know,
to see.
we talked about you guys and what brought you here earlier. You know, Brad, 1994, right? And Alan in a tech program, 1996.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, Russell and I, graduates of this program, you still find you two in this shop and what's going on. I mean, we teach very much the way we were taught.
Yes.
And the stuff that you left marks on with us, we return. I would think Scott is bringing his own experience, but yet he's heard stories from Russell. Russell's been here a long time and worked with both of you, you know, from me. And Scott is now taking what we saw and some labs that have been done in this building forever. And it's kind of neat to think about that you guys, you're the OGs, so to speak. And
Definitely.
Yeah.
You're the solid foundation. I mean,
yeah, and it started, I mean, that's for this program at this location, it's why it's still here.
You guys have done a lot. I enjoy seeing what you guys are doing, especially for recruiting. Things like this. This is things that Brad and I would never have thought of.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, just you've got that trailer with all the stuff in it you take around to places. I think you guys are just doing fantastic with that. I really enjoy seeing that stuff.
Well, no different than when you guys were here. I think you guys probably felt the same way. We were a well-kept secret.
Yes.
And
Yes.
that's not intentional. I don't mean that intentionally. It's just there's such rollover at the high school and counselors and ag teachers and vocational programs. About the time you get a report. And a dealership,
Yeah.
that's right. The
Yeah.
rollover with HR, recruiters, service managers at dealerships. You build a relationship with somebody, you get a foot in the door, and next thing you know, if they're gone,
Right.
you're building a brand new relationship again.
Yeah.
And I mean, we talk about traditional and non-traditional here at the college all the time, and we serve non-traditional. Yeah, they might be fresh out of high school and traditional in that sense, but these students do not want to come to a school past high school. Like they want to be done.
Yeah.
Mom and dad have an influence on them, or maybe the dealerships like, hey, we'll pay for your tuition. You like free tools? I'll give you free tools. Come work with us for a while. We'll put money in your pocket. Come here to train. And that entices, you know, some of them. But for the most part, these students never saw themselves here.
Right.
And then when we can take a student and 2 years later potentially put them into a service truck by themselves, making the minimum 50,
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
easily more than that.
so minimum of 50. We've had students make 6 digits right out of graduating here.
Yeah,
Um,
what 6 months out of school in the 6-figure range?
Yeah.
Had some do that.
We've had some do that.
That's impressive.
4 years out, we have an alarming amount that are making close to 6 figures just 2 and 3 years out of graduating this program at 22-ish years old.
Right.
It's how do you bottle that? And how, I mean, if everybody was to know that, realize that, why would you not? They should be people knocking the doors down.
Yeah. And if you went back and told those students, high school teachers, this, they'd say, him?
Yeah. Oh,
Mine probably too. But they'd say, no, it's not possible.
Yeah, well, I guarantee you, Mrs. Fontaine, if you ever come across, I go to church with her still, so maybe she will see this, but she would laugh hysterically that I'm the writing teacher. And Mrs. Newland, my math teacher, would be like, oh, those poor students.
Well, Brent, I think it's funny how your dad laughs that you're a math teacher.
Oh, my dad's like, he's a math teacher. Yeah, he gives me quite a bit of static. He used to help me with my homework, and he's actually quite good at math. And he finds that somewhat comical, to say the least. So, yeah, it really is. Well, I mean, I started with this. I had a reputation coming in that you guys were made aware of, probably won't make it through.
I never heard that. I think I hadn't heard
Brad
that.
probably started it.
Yeah, probably.
It's probably Brad.
It wasn't true.
Hey, I didn't know you before you came here.
Yeah,
Well, I did. I heard about you
Yeah,
before you
see.
came here.
And like I said, I won't deny anything that you heard because I'm sure that I did have a pretty healthy reputation before coming in here. But honestly, having me in class and some of the antics and where my knowledge was in here, would you have expected a 17-year career at a dealership? Think so?
Yeah,
yeah, I saw it.
yeah. Especially as a salesman.
Yeah.
I mean, you were
You
perfect for that.
You enjoyed learning about the equipment.
I think I'm gonna take that as an insult. I felt like you felt that was a compliment, but I'm taking it as an insult.
Yeah, but no, you wanted to learn about the equipment from a sales point of view. There's a difference what a salesman needs to know and what
Sure.
a technician wants to know.
I would venture to say that my previous employer would venture that I stepped way too much into the how-to theory repair role
Yeah.
than I needed to.
Okay.
But I enjoyed it.
But you had a background.
Yeah, I did, and I enjoyed that aspect of it. And Gary Patterson was very influential. I mean, when we went out to evaluate a trade value, like it had a full-blown equipment inspection. I mean, that's and what I learned here was the foundation of that, and then Gary really pushed it, and gained a wealth of knowledge that way too. But it started electrical. I knew nothing. Like I knew how to do some house wiring from some classes at high school. 12 volt. I had no idea. I don't know. I could have jump started my car if it was dead. That was about the extent of it. You know, I didn't know. Man, everything from that electrical class I retained.
Good.
Well beyond just working here and doing stuff here. I mean, at home, on the farm, my boat, everything. I mean, I use it all the time. And I learned it right here.
Well, and it was wise, whoever made the decision, whoever set up the sales program, it was very wise of them to say, yes, you need to take the first electrical class, you need to take the first hydraulics class.
Yeah. Lawn mowers.
You need to
combines,
take turf,
The
combine.
theory classes. It was great, and I took more than what was expected.
Right.
I loved being in this building. I liked the guys I was with. I enjoyed what I was being taught immensely. I could have done without some of the business classes. I could have definitely done without comp. Looking back, I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
And actually, it's funny, Shannon's back here now in a different role, but I had Shannon, and she cringes every time I bring it up that I had her as an instructor. She's like, oh my gosh, I'm a different person now. And I thought she was great. I learned a lot from her, and she's like, okay, you're in the John Deere Tech program. Tell me how to repair something, and don't say you should and I should and I explain it like a tech manual would explain it, and write it that way. And I did that all the time in my job,
Sure.
and it was great. So
I said I had the same exact response when I had to take those classes in college, and then when I got out working, they said, you're going to write tech manuals. It's like,
me,
Why me?
so yeah, I think that's great in that Facebook page. And then, like you alluded to, Alan, whether they're working at a dealership or not, look where it took them.
Yeah, it's interesting to see just what they're doing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a student working on John Deere equipment on the beach in Florida, right?
Yes. Well, he's to a construction dealer now, I believe. But for
Okay.
a while, he was doing that. He was working at an ag dealership in Florida, and he would go on service calls on the beach sometimes.
Yeah.
Work on like a gator or
That'd
something.
be a pretty nice job, wouldn't it?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Especially a
Sounds
day like
horrible.
today.
yeah, when it's 4 degrees
That wouldn't be
outside.
great. We're in Florida, though. It usually doesn't get there. It gets cold sometimes, but not that bad.
They
But
probably
yeah.
have really thick coats on.
Oh, they do.
At 50, they get really thick coats on. Yeah. So I guess to wrap up, so Brad, you retired first.
Yes, I did.
You graduated. You retired in 2015,
At
right?
the end of the calendar year, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
What have you been doing since your retirement from here?
Well, and I was farming with a family from home, and it's the family of one of our former students. And to this day, I'm still helping him farm. So you can imagine the kinds of things that I get to do, like work on combines and planters. And I'm trying to back away from that a little more. Mostly what I do now is drive a truck, but I still do some of the other things, keep track of. Use my math skills every day. You know, the best way to learn something is teach it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm better now at math than I've ever been.
Right? And so I do a lot of informational work instead of physical work.
That's kind of where farming's gotten to, hasn't it?
Well, it has to some extent. I mean, you still need to do some of the physical stuff, but at my age,
That's what Adam's for.
that's what the younger guys are for.
Exactly.
That's right. And I've got, like I said before, I got 13 grandchildren, so we do a lot of watching kids when the babysitter's sick or something like that, and hauling kids around when they need to get here or there. And I enjoy that more than anything. I've become very active in church. I do occasionally give the message at church, and I've become a better person for that. So that's my wife retired 2 years ago, and we've gotten to spend a lot more time together. And I really appreciate that opportunity too.
Good.
Very good.
Now, Alan, you were a couple years later. You
I
were
left
17, right?
18. I left
18.
at the end of the summer in 18. I left then. We've since moved over to a rural neighborhood, very quiet now. I like that. My wife had already retired. We've only got 3 kids and 3 grandkids, and 2 of them don't live close enough to us to see very often. But just enjoying my life. We bought a house that has an extra garage, and I spend time out there just tinkering with things. We bought an old Mustang. I enjoyed working on the old car, just doing that, mowing the yard. Nice weather, I might mow the yard. Maybe the yard needed mowed, but maybe I just needed something to do. I've got to be busy. I don't do things nearly as quickly as I used to, and I've never been fast, have I, Brad?
No.
Yeah, he threatened to buy me a T-shirt once with a slow-moving vehicle signed in black on it. Wish you would have really. But I'm just, like Brad said, I'm just enjoying life.
Awesome.
Just things have slowed down, and just enjoying life.
How, because I said it earlier, but how, when you got that phone call, wanted to see if you wanted to come back for summer powertrains when we were in between instructors.
I thank you for it.
Yeah, well, give us your take of that experience you had that summer after being out of it a few years.
A couple of the students, their motivation level was quite low. Now, I heard a lot of people blaming that because they were the post-pandemic kids.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was true or not. There was one especially I remember when we were doing labs in the shop. He always had a chair. If his partner was doing something, he sat down. And I told him a couple times, I said, "What are you going to do at a dealership? You surely won't behave like this, will you?" And he said, "Yeah, I don't care." And I thought, you would work for me for about 20 minutes. But I did. No, I did. I enjoyed it. I would jump at, well, I don't know if I'd jump at the chance right now or not. This knee's a little problem, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I really did. I enjoyed being around the students again. I enjoyed being here again. Being at Lakeland to me never really felt like a job. I just really liked that 26 years just went by in a flash.
Yeah.
It really did. I enjoyed it. There were days I'd pull off the highway, I'd see the buildings there, and I thought, am I really smart enough to be working here?
Oh, I feel like that all the time.
Yeah, I
feel
did.
that
I asked
all the
myself
time.
that probably at least once a week. Now, do I belong here? Should I, am I doing a good enough job? Am I doing this right? But must have.
I always thought
Parts of it we did.
I always thought that comparing myself to him,
Well, I thought that compared myself to him.
because I mean, this guy forgot more than I ever did.
Oh, that's the way I feel about Russell. Like, I'm
Sorry,
not.
Brent, because I forget a lot.
But I mean, that's the way I feel about
Yeah.
Russell, and that was one of the things that Russell told me at the very beginning of this. Is like, don't underestimate what you know, because the students, for the most part, are very much starting out blank slate.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, but we compare ourselves to Russell, and what we're not. When I have a problem at home, my first phone call, I have my own personal DTAC, and it's Russell.
Yeah.
It's great. I call, Russell comes out. It's awesome.
Yeah, my boys, especially Lucas, he's like, "Hey, I know you probably don't know this, but can I call Alan? Do you think he'd care if I call Alan and ask him?"
I don't know.
Yeah.
Wish you would more often.
Yeah. Well, I can tell you, it was Russell and I laughed. It was like you never left, Alan. Everything was set. Like, I remember the shop looking the way it did when I was here,
Yeah.
and you set it up the exact same way.
Yeah, it's like you were never.
It was
gone.
like you
Yeah,
never.
I don't,
you
I don't know if
never
that's
missed
good or
a-
bad.
No, that's great.
Oh, I can. We polled the students.
They loved it.
Yeah, they all loved
Loved
it.
it.
That
So
graduating
that was
class,
my
like, what was your
follow-up.
favorite class? The one
Yeah.
that Alan did. I
Yeah.
mean, they did. I mean, they were.
I'll be honest with you. I was terrified the first 2 weeks whenever I started because I was like, I don't know if this is
Oh, me
like
too.
if I should
Oh,
be
wow.
here. I don't
Yeah.
know if I'm qualified for. And that kind of settled down. And then when summer hit, I'm like, well, I gotta follow that one, and that's pretty rough. We
Yeah.
made it through. Yeah, that class, that summer class, loved that one.
Good, I'm glad they did. That was most part. That was a really good group. What I wish I would have done with every class I ever had was take a picture of them so I could remember their faces.
Yes.
This
Oh.
Facebook thing now is coming in very handy. I'll see a picture and I think, and then I have to get on the computer and find out what year did he graduate, that kind of thing.
And see, I'm doing that. So since I've started, so the graduating class of 21, I have the group picture we take at our completion ceremony.
Yeah.
I take a picture. It hangs in my classroom.
I wish I had done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And like I said, you guys came and you partook last year in Graduate Beach. Brad, yours was featured on the Lakeland page. They took you talking and put pictures and everything with it, but it was one part of your message. But the dealers still talk about both of you guys and your message, that graduation. The parents were blown away by both of your messages. It meant a lot to that class. You guys came and partook when we had our 30th
Yeah.
year of the program in
Yeah, I remember
2023.
that. I remember that.
And that was good to get everybody. We had Kurt was here and Bob and John and really the ag division of that was kind of around when this thing all started came back, and that was a lot of fun. It's a good history here. I mean, we were the second John Deere Tech School.
Right.
A lot of history here.
I'm trying to remember. The one in Nebraska was first?
Nebraska was first, then of course
I thought Kalmar might have been
Kalmar, and this one
Same year.
same year.
was
Okay.
it was same year.
Same year.
Okay. I remember the guys that taught at Kalmar back then.
Yeah.
I remember what their faces looked like.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you their names.
Neil Grube.
Yeah, Neil Groove. I remember Neil.
And
Before Neil, there was two guys.
Jim. And Jim came back and did SOE visits. I remember that.
Oh, did he really?
After he retired.
That'd be a good job to do.
That would be something we could do.
Yeah.
Everybody loves you. Won't wrestle SOE visits away from Russell. I'm here to tell you, Russell loves SOE visits.
I did too.
I gotta get some miles on my S10.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that
Yeah.
because I enjoyed the feedback from dealers.
Yeah. That
You
was
know-
how I found out we were doing a good job.
Right, exactly. And I always said this, and I know that some people didn't appreciate it very much. We were producing a product. The students were our product. We had a customer base.
Yes.
The customer base was a dealership organization.
Yeah. Yeah, we turned out widgets and we
Yeah.
gave them to the people.
Right. And the most important people for us to satisfy were our customers.
Yes.
Because if your widget doesn't work, you're not going to stay in business.
No.
So I think that's a good way to keep in mind what you're doing and find out how you're doing it.
Yeah.
Is through that dealer network.
And you
That-
must be
that
doing
relationship.
You must be doing a good job because you get more and more students.
Yeah,
I
you're doing
always-
something right.
I always look at that if say Sloan Implement is sending you trying to get you a student from all of their stores, you're doing a good job.
Yeah.
I think you need to keep that in mind.
And 33
Use them as an example. But
years.
yeah, we got students out there now that are 50 years old.
Thanks.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I thought about that here a while back. Some of them, my first year here in '92, figure they're out there now. They're 50
Sure.
years old. Sure, they're getting ready to retire.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll wrap this up here. It's been an excellent conversation.
That's been.
I personally, I have to know. You guys, sure, you have to think back favorite class? Like, I know you guys have a standout class. You don't have to give name, you give year, you do whatever, but I gotta know what, there's surely a standout class for you guys. I'd ask you who your favorite was, me or Russell, but I already know the answer to that one. It's Russell, so I won't ask you that one.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
I was probably closest to that group with Adam in it,
Mhm.
just because
You knew Adam.
I knew
Yeah.
Adam and I worked with their family.
Yeah.
But that group with Spike Rowe, they were a lot of fun too.
They were, yeah, I had them for 1 year. Yeah, they were good. The group we had, I think it was after Brad left. We graduated like 30 of them 1 year,
Yes.
32,
And then the following year was a really small group.
really small group.
So the group you're talking about is like Sarl and Nathan.
Alex Rodhouse, yeah, Nathan Bonifer, that group.
Yeah.
That was a good group, both because of how they approached school. They wanted to be here, they wanted to learn, but at the same time, they were good. They paid attention, but they had fun. We all had fun together.
Yeah.
I still remember that group. They were good.
Yep, that was a good group.
Yeah.
Another group that I remember really well, and it's because you remember the group with Bull?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
That was
Bull Barker.
the first group of freshmen for me.
Was it?
Was
Okay.
it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Was that
Yeah.
Phil?
Phil Barker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I worked
Yep.
with him for a little bit.
Yeah, you
Yep.
did.
Jason Breer.
Yep, Jason Breer.
Yes. Is Jason still down at Newton?
No, not anymore.
Not anymore.
He was service manager for a while.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think he left maybe a year or two ago. Something
Okay.
like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Okay.
but that group gave me 3 or 4 John Deere toys.
Yes.
And they put a 3x5 note card on the side of it and wrote notes, and
Yeah.
I signed the boxes. And
Yeah.
so I see those toys
Mhm.
on display at my house all the time.
Sure.
So that group,
Mhm.
that was a good way for the group
Yeah.
to stay in my memory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a good group too. Yeah, Bull was good. I don't know what he's doing now.
I don't either. He was former military. He was a good one to have in class because you didn't have to worry about discipline, because if they started acting up, he'd get after them. You didn't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, he might threaten them a little, but
Yeah.
he would get after them. And they would,
It was effective, whatever.
yeah, whatever he did, it was effective.
Yeah. Yeah. And Samantha, remember Samantha
Yes,
Scroggins?
Yes.
absolutely.
Young lady. She went through the program, did quite well. She is managing the shop out here at the National Guard Armory now.
Oh.
She's not working on. I saw her at the gas station a while back, and she's not working in the shop like she was, but she's managing the shop. So I mean, there's some. She took what we tried to give her, and took it to another level.
That was
and look at the job she has now.
Yeah.
And that was a
successful
good group too, because she was married already,
Mm-hmm.
and during the last semester, I believe it was
Yeah.
during your engine overhaul class?
Yes.
She was already
Yeah.
very pregnant.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
and those guys took care of her.
Yeah.
If there was something that they didn't think she should be doing, of course, she most of the time was shooing them away and
Yeah,
saying, "I
she
can do
was.
this." But they showed a level of caring.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Mhm.
Everybody's picked their game up a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, having her in class was good. Have you had any other young ladies?
We have one currently.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we have one
Good.
currently.
Oh, good.
And yeah, really diving in. Works well with the guys. And
Where's she from?
Melvin.
Melvin, yeah.
Area.
Okay, well, good for her.
And it looks like we're going to have another one this coming fall also.
Great.
I think we're going to start seeing more of that. And then why not?
Yeah.
I mean,
You know, think of the things they can do. You know, they always say women don't have the body strength to be a mechanic, and there's, I don't know, maybe some truth to that, maybe not. But think of the things they can do with the precision ag and things like that. That's where Samantha, I think, as she stated, a John Deere dealer, I think she really, because she enjoyed that.
well, so much of the technician work now isn't the heavy lifting.
No.
It is diagnosing and sitting there on a computer figuring out
Yeah,
an
using it.
issue. It's not
Attention to detail.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
not, torquing something 800 foot-pounds. Don't get me wrong, we still
No.
do that, but
Yeah.
but that's not the nuts and bolts of what they're
No.
doing day to day anymore.
Right.
Computer and flip meter.
Yeah, exactly.
Use those things. There's a niche for you.
And let's face it, I mean, it's been this way a long time. Women are inherently smarter than men.
Yep.
So,
Very smarter than me.
so my wife's one of the toughest people I know.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Absolutely.
yeah.
Well, we had an opportunity. I don't remember when was this. Was it in December? We lost a former student.
Yeah.
He passed away, and we got together. We went to his visitation, and we got together with several
There was
guys
three or
from his
four others
class
there,
that
yeah.
were there.
Yeah.
That was it was a terrible reason to have to get back together.
Sure.
But it was a fantastic opportunity to visit with them and
Yeah.
see what they were doing, and just talk. That group was a really good group
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was a very good group.
It's surprising to me, like if I travel to dealerships and there was people out of my class, it's really like no time escaped. One for me is Ben Schiltz. He's I think he's still over a few stores for the Heritage Group now. He was.
Ben is?
Yep, he was at Martin's before that merger, and he
Okay.
was a corporate service guy then over a few locations. And
Okay.
I get together with him, and I mean, we just smile and laugh because of all the great memories
I remember Ben.
from here. And he had left the deer world for a little bit, worked at CAT for several years, ended back in the deer world at his hometown, Kewanee.
Okay.
And it's great catching up with him. I'll see Kendall Wood and some of those guys, and we're reconnected with them on Facebook, a few of them, Denny Long.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
So yeah, it's
Who was the young man from Columbia that was in that group? Columbia, Missouri.
Kendall was from Missouri, and Kane.
Kane
Yeah,
Holloway.
Kane Holloway. Yep.
Yeah.
Is he still at a dealership?
Not that I'm aware of. I could be wrong about that. I don't recall though. It's been a while since him and I have talked. Kendall and him still talk some. I know.
Sure.
Yeah, I remember Kane.
Yeah.
And Kane, yeah.
Yep.
Some those things come back. I mean,
Yeah,
once
they
you
do.
start talking about certain students,
Yeah.
it comes back. Oh yeah, he was in that group or that group or that group. And like Mike Hodgett,
Yeah.
he contacts me. I don't know,
Yeah.
once every couple of years.
Yeah. Curtis, I hear from him
Yeah.
probably once a month, once every 2 months. He'll send me pictures. He works at a rock quarry along the Mississippi River.
Huh.
Some of the biggest equipment you've ever seen in your life. And
Wow.
he works on that.
Good for him.
Yeah.
Curtis Lawhorn, he asked about you guys. He's still
Is
service
he still-
manager down over at Litchfield. He was in
yeah.
my class, and
Yeah.
we talk quite a bit. He's still, when I have a question, I'll call down there and talk to Curtis.
Yeah.
And
He was good.
worked with him a little bit at Assumption before he moved to his new role. And yeah, it's
Well, that helps you. I noticed, Linda, my wife. I don't have Facebook. I get this on my wife's Facebook page.
Yeah.
So she came carrying her phone in this morning. She said, "Hey, Russell put something on Facebook here. You might want to look at this." You were asking. I assume it's for diagnostics class. You were
Yeah.
asking former students to
Okay.
give you some feedback about things you've seen.
Yeah,
And that,
some recent diagnostic
Yeah,
issues.
That's good.
that gives you an opportunity to stay in touch and for them to stay in touch with the program.
we needed a good way to get a hold of former students, and we just didn't really have that.
Right.
And that took off better than I ever dreamt it could. Like that was great. So
And if anybody's watching, I would love to read about where you are, what you're doing, your family.
Yeah.
It just hearing the names brings back memories. It's
Yeah,
great.
sure. Yeah, I mentioned Jordan Stewart because he was such a good student when he was here. He was in that real small group. I think it was the
He
last
was.
group I graduated. But Jordan was just such a good student, good worker. Now he's service manager. I don't know where at. Just said Heritage Equipment.
Galesburg, I believe.
At Galesburg. Okay. Well, that's good. That's a nice big show. Okay. It's just good to see that he's done so well.
And even former students that are not at dealerships or maybe not even
Yeah.
doing anything
Yeah.
related to ag, I'd still like to hear
Yeah. What are you
from
doing?
what are you doing?
Yeah, it's nice to see.
Yeah, it is. Great.
Good.
Well, do you guys have anything else?
No, I thank you for the invitation. This
Yeah,
is great.
I enjoyed this. I
Yeah, we
didn't-
appreciate you guys
I didn't know
doing
what
Yeah,
to
we're really
expect.
glad you guys.
I'm hoping the recording's working well,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think it's signaling me that the battery's running low anyway, so it's probably a good time to stop.
All right.
So anyway, thanks
you.
for coming.
you
Episode
guys so
3,
much.
Above the Classroom, and if anything here tickles you, please comment on the YouTube channel, and if you want to ask these guys some questions, ask them. I'm sure we can get a hold of them and they can respond. So
I am on Facebook now. You'll be patient. I'm not.
all right,
Thank you.
thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.